houses, and finally you found the house of your dreams. The next best step is to move forward and put in an offer. And your goal is to actually get your offer accepted so that you can actually live in the house of your dreams. Now, whether it's a highly competitive seller's market or a balanced market, the objective is to get your offer accepted. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you 9 tips to do just that. How to get your offer accepted so that you can live in your dream home. Hi, my name is Evelyn Lopes with the Evelyn Lopes Realty team. And for the past 32 years, I've been helping families buy and sell real estate. Now, through that time, I've really come to understand that, life throws curveballs at us all the time that may require us to make a move. And these moves can often be quite stressful. My goal is to be your consultant and advisor and to help you navigate the process of buying and selling real estate so that you can move into the home of your dreams with ease and confidence. Now, whether you're in a competitive market where you might be in competition with other offers, or whether you are in a balanced market where you may be the only offer on the table, these tips will help you get your home of your dreams. Let's jump right on in. Now, tip number 1 is to work quickly. So if you've been out looking and finally you found your dream home, make a decision and put in the offer as soon as possible, provided they're not holding offers for a specific date. Number 2 is to make sure that you move forward, putting your best foot forward. You don't want to be going in lowballing the offer, trying to figure out, whether the seller is going to allow you to have this amazing, crazy deal, because it's probably not going to happen. Be fair, put your best foot forward, and let the negotiation begin. If you're in a competitive situation where you are competing against other offers, it's usually best offer first. So what happens is all the offers come to the table. The seller looks at all of the offers at the same time. They compare them based on, the different components of an offer, and then they select one. And it's your goal to be that one that they accept. So put your best foot forward. Number 3 tip is to make your offer as clean as possible. Make it simple. Don't put in a lot of extra clauses. Don't make it a messy offer. Just make it a clean offer that really protects both parties, but is just easy to read and easy to digest. Tip number 4 is to find out the seller's motivation if possible and work to help the seller achieve their goals. So what do I mean by this? If you find out, for example, that the seller has been transferred with a job to another city and they need a specific closing date, maybe it's a longer closing date, try to accommodate that. If they need a quicker closing date, try to accommodate that. If perhaps they haven't even found a home, maybe what you can do is you can offer them a flex date where they are agreeing to move on a certain date, but that you will be willing to move the date forward or back, 30 days, provided you're given enough notice. That way it makes it less stressful for the seller and they're more apt to work with your offer and accept your offer. Tip number 5 is to make sure that your deposit is solid. So why is it important to have your deposit as a solid deposit? It's because, first of all, it shows that you're serious about the property. And secondly, and most importantly, it shows that you actually have the financial whereabout to close this deal. So think about it as if you were the seller and you had 2 offers on the table, and one gives you a $10,000 deposit and one gives you a $50,000 deposit. Everything else in the offers are equal. Which one do you feel more confident that actually that buyer has the funds. So put as much deposit down as you possibly can, knowing that the deposit really is part of your down payment. So whether you pay it now or at closing, it works out to be the same. Tip number 5 is position yourself as being flexible. And in terms of items such as closing date, as we mentioned previously, try and accommodate the seller's closing date if they have requested a specific closing date or a specific time frame that they would like to close within. Tip number 7 is to avoid asking for personal property. So if you went into the house and you just loved their dining room furniture, this is not the time to be asking for their dining room furniture and their bar stools and their patio furniture. That's not part of the deal. So don't include anything that wasn't highlighted in the listing. Tip number 8 is consider waiving conditions. So some of the common conditions we have when we do put an offer in to purchase a house is condition on financing, condition on home inspection, perhaps even condition on the sale of the buyer's property. This is not the time to be putting conditions in, especially if you're in a competitive offer situation, because having conditions means that it's not a firm deal. There is an out for the buyer. And so the seller may go, I really want to sell my house. I want to know that it's done with so that I can now move on to the next phase of what they have to do, which would be arranging or buying a house on the other end. So try to make your offer contingent free as much as you possibly can. So some of the things that you can do to do that is you can ensure that you have got your financing in place before you start looking and going out to find the home and buying within your means. If you see a house and you want to have a home inspection done and say they're holding offer dates, you can ask if you can do a pre-inspection prior to putting in your offer. And also, if you have a house that you are wanting to sell, you may want to sell your home first so that you can move forward, purchase another home without it being contingent on the sale of your property. Again, making your offer a stronger, firmer, more attractive offer to the seller. And tip number 9 is in regards to price. So, make sure that you are offering a fair price. And in today's market, where we have a very competitive seller's market, what we are finding is that often the list price is under market value. They are holding offers, which means they say, my price is this, everybody come look at my house, and then on such and such a date and time, we're going to accept any offers that want to put in to bid for the house. And because it becomes a bidding situation, they've often underpriced so that they attract more buyers. So if it's a bidding situation, don't go in underbid, under list price, because that's not the real price to start with. This is where you really need to work with a knowledgeable realtor who can basically tell you what fair market value is in that time frame. So they'll do a CMA, the same kind of information that a seller has privy to, and give you an idea as to what buyers are currently paying and what sellers are currently accepting for similar houses in the neighborhood. And you want to be within that range. Don't go nuts and just pay any amount of money just to say, I won the house. That's not smart. You want to offer a fair price, a strong price, but one that is, within fair market value. So hopefully, keeping in mind those 9 tips will help you put a really strong offer together. And one other thing in relation to price is to submit perhaps your pre-approval letter from your financial institution that says that you've been pre-approved for this price range or slightly above. You don't have to give particulars, but even if you could get your lender to say, Mr. and Mrs. Smith have been pre-approved, all of their documents have been submitted, and they are approved to purchase a house at the price that they have submitted. and a little bit higher so that you can feel comfortable that the financing funds will be available on closing and that the deal will close. That will give the seller some confidence that you really have done your due diligence and you're not just saying that you have the funds, you actually have the funds, and that will go a long way to making your offer more favorable and hopefully accepted. So I hope these 9 tips have really helped you. If you have any other questions about how to structure your offer to get it accepted, feel free to reach out to me direct. My name is Evelyn Lopes with the Evelyn Lopes Realty Team. You can reach me at 905-965-5902. You can always comment below if you have any questions. If you have friends or family who you think would benefit from this information, please share the video. And if you'd like to get more tips and tricks about real estate, subscribe and we'll make sure to notify you of our next video. We do put videos out on a weekly basis every Thursday, so I hope you tune in, and I hope you found this information valuable and informative. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.